What is going on, man? I am back with another video. Um, Probably just dive right in here. Talk a little bit about week 18. Week 18 was a good week. Um, Started out with safe squat bar, 370 triple at RPE 7 that I think went pretty well. Um, uh, I think it went pretty well. So, and then moving on to bench, 245 double at RPE per 7, probably more like a 6. To be honest with you, I freaking blew that up. And then five the next day, which was a Thursday. Well, no, actually, it was the next day because I had to jumble my schedule around. So I had to lift back to back days, which might be some of the reason why. And I got 5 hours of sleep. My wife got the stomach flu Monday night. So it was bad, man. Tuesday was a bad day. I hit a 530 double on deadlift, and my left erector was hurting me pretty bad. So I'm going to repeat that weight this week, which would be tomorrow, just to try and get that weight nailed down with no low back pain. And then I hit a 250 single at RPE 7 on tempo bench. I think that went pretty well. And then moving on, had to lift Friday because Saturday headed up to, or actually Friday after my workout, I headed up to Minneapolis. I actually went to the Vikings Broncos game. It was freaking awesome. It was Broncos went up 20-0. So I went with a buddy who was a Broncos fan, and the Broncos went up 20-0 early, and then Vikings came back in the second half, scored a touchdown on every one of their drives in the second half, and won 27-23. The Broncos had a chance to win it though, down four at like the 5 yard line, had like three chances to win it, and just couldn't come up. So it was a freaking awesome game. So yeah, I had a nice fun weekend in Minneapolis. So kind of had to condense my training a bit. So the week started out good, and then my Friday workout started out good with a 395 double for an RPE 7, pretty easy on squat. And then I moved on to bench, and my right shoulder was, so my left shoulder was the one that had been hurting me in the past, right? And we got that. That's perfectly fine. It's nothing wrong with that anymore. Moving on to my right shoulder now. Here we are. It was really bugging me. It was really bugging me. So I did maybe a set, and I was like, I'm just gonna call it. And then I move on to deadlifts, and I hit 455 for 2 sets of 4, and my left erector was just on fire, and I'm just like, and I needed to. I was trying to push it, the tempo a bit because I needed to leave, get on the road for Minneapolis, and I was just like, you know what, f this. This is just a bad day. So I just called it, man. It was a bad workout. So I need to talk about this right shoulder though because it's a mother effer, man. I am really, really frustrated. Actually, I'm like really angry. So it's not great, I'll tell you that much. It's the exact same symptoms. It's the exact same thing as my left shoulder. It feels the exact same. I know it's bicep tendon. I know it's just inflamed and pissed off, just like the left one was. It's not as bad. I can get under a squat bar. I benched yesterday a 250 double at RPE 7. Probably not the smartest thing I've ever done, but it moved like an RPE 7. It didn't feel great, but at the same time, it wasn't like super painful. It was just kind of discomfort. And then once I got to my back offsets though, and then the pain started creeping in, and then today it's been super sore. Very frustrating, very, very frustrating, but I guess it makes sense. I mean, so here's the deal. Like, obviously, my left shoulder got hurt first. Maybe my right shoulder was over compromising. Plus, just over this whole block of this whole meet prep, we were benching 4 times a week for a really long time, which caught up to me. And I think the biggest reason why, because I was kind of bored at work and I was looking up a bunch of videos on bicep tendonitis, and there was a really good video that really kind of spoke to me and probably why I got this pain. Dave Tate, LEFTS, did a video with Joel Sullivan about it, and he's like 99% of the times because people got their hands way too far in and it just cranking those shoulders. And okay, so in all my meet preps past, all 3 of these last meets, during meet day, I crank my shoulders in as far in as I can because I feel stronger and more stable and tighter that way. However, during training, I never do that because I know my shoulders can't take it. However, on this meet prep, I have been really cranking those shoulders in. In the past, I've maybe cranked my shoulders in for just my top set, and that's it. And then, go from here to like out here. From here to maybe here for all my other sets, my back off sets, my other sets. But for this meet prep, I have really been cranking those shoulders in because I don't know. It feels. I mean, I'm stronger that way for sure. I feel stronger. I feel tighter. I feel better. But I think it's really caught up to me, that, and then the benching 4 times a week and all that combined. I think really caught up. But I think especially that I cannot squat this far in for anything more than just my top set. That was just a stupid mistake on my part. I really do think that contributed a lot to it. And to not to mention though, when my left shoulder was bugging me when I was comp squatting, I could only do like this because going out, which I have absolutely no pain now, but going out like freaking killed for whatever weird reason. But now, yeah. Anyways, so I think okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I need to get this shoulder to calm down. I really don't want to do this. I've been battling back and forth all day long, but I told myself I think the smartest thing to do would be to no more pressing this week and next week, which is my deload week, and then after that I have 8 weeks until the meet, and then there's no more time off. It's like it's go time. So that helped. It seemed to help my left shoulder. If you recall, I took a week and a half, which would be exactly what I'm doing now, off of pressing. And when I came back with an estimated one rep max of 270, and then I've gone all the way up to this week 19 yesterday. I got all the way up to 291 as an estimated one rep max, just very very quickly. So, and I had no pain in my left shoulder at all. So, unless you completely disagree with that, that's what I think I'm going to do is take pressing off this week and next week. And I'm also only going to safety squat bar this week and next week. So both my comp squat days this week and next week I'm replacing with safety squat bar just to give it a week and a half of complete rest because it's the right shoulder isn't as bad a shape as my left shoulder was. So I'd like to get ahead of this now. And then obviously in my mind, like 8 weeks out is kind of like you're starting to get into go time here. So what my plan will be is when I come back pressing the week after next week, I'm going to hit whatever gets me to an estimated one rep max of 270, and then just increase that by 5 pounds every week, like I always do. That could potentially get me up to 305 then. And my goal for this meet was 290, so I think I'm well within my wheelhouse. I know the strength is there. I really, really, really want to make sure that I do everything that I possibly can to get this shoulder as healthy as possible because that if I keep pushing it, like I can't control myself. Like I literally cannot effing control myself. Like I go to the gym. If I'm pressing that day, I'm going for I'm going for a heavy top set. I just can't do it. So I just need to just rest. Just not even think about it. Not even think about pressing. And I'll come back and I'm sure I'll be fine. So unless you completely disagree with that, if you do, let me know. But I think that's going to work pretty well. I think that puts me in a pretty good spot. I don't know about you, but in my mind, 8 weeks out is kind of that, maybe even 6 weeks out is kind of that, like, you really got to start pushing. So there's no like, I can't take no weeks off, 6 weeks out. I mean, I can, but I'd rather take it now and try and get this healed up because it really seemed to do good on my left shoulder. So that was a lot of rambling there. I'm sorry, but really frustrating. Even yesterday too, man, my glute was killing me. Like, I don't know. Mentally, yesterday was bad. It was very frustrating with the shoulder, and then my glute was hurting, and my knee was kind of hurting, and my hips were tight. And like, I am so excited for a deload next week. Just to let you know I'm just gonna be open and honest with you. Mentally, I'm taxed. Like I think the mental side's getting me even more than the physical side. I don't think I'm too banged up compared to what I usually am, but damn, man, like 18 weeks in, we knew this was going to be a long prep going into it. I mean, I know you asked me if there was a sooner meet, but I kind of like the summer, winter, USAPL, Des Moines. I love the meet director, and I love the 2 times a year. It's just convenient and it's nice. So for now, until I get up to a higher level, to regionals or maybe a nationals or something, but we knew it was gonna be a long meet prep, and I've put on seriously a lot of strength though. I don't regret it one bit. I knew going in I probably might get a little more banged up than usual just because it's just a lot of weeks, but I have gotten way stronger. I was looking at some like 8 weeks out from my last meet in the summer, and like I hit like a 400 single at RPE 7 on squat. I might have even been 4 weeks out or something, and then So then this week I'm going to hit a 400 double at RPE 7. I'm going to freaking smoke it. And oh my God, I saw it was right before my glute got hurt in the spring. I hit a 530 double. That was actually the highest I had gotten. So this 530 double I did this week actually ties an all-time PR. And it was so damn slow. Like, it is hilarious. It was so freaking slow. I'd blow up 530 for 2 with a hurt back this week. Just incredible. So sorry, I am totally rambling. I want to know how your hernia was. Hopefully, I always ask you this, but when are you back to training? Just curious. I loved your like showing on the screen my training and talking about it. That was freaking dope. Loved that. Please keep doing that. That was freaking sweet. Wondering. So day 1 safety squat bar, day 2 is comp squat. Do you plan on pulling the day 1 SSB and replacing it with a comp squat leading into the meet? I feel comfortable. As long as my shoulder feels good, I'd feel comfortable doing that, and I'd want to do that personally. So let me know what your plan would be for that. To do comp squat 2 times a week rather than SSB and comp squat. I think Bryce has Worlds in next week, 2 weeks, something like that. Which is freaking dope. I don't know where it is or anything, but I saw that he's ramping up training. I saw his video today. That was pretty sweet. And then I have something freaking sweet. This will be the last thing I think I talk about. Got a new belt in, my friend. Pioneer Elite FTS. You can see the logo. Yeah, right there. Yeah, there it is. So Pioneer Elite FTS belt. The belt that I have is over a decade old, and it's like for like the thickness of it, it's like half of this thickness. So I got the max approval of the max USAPL approval of 13 millimeters. So this is 13 millimeters thick. I think the one I have is half that. It like this to me looks like a double ply belt. Mine's like literally like a single ply. It is stiffer than hell. If you have any recommendations on how to loosen this bad boy up, I haven't loosened up a belt since over a decade. I remember I used to just roll it this way, and then roll it this way, and did that over and over and over and over and over again. But it's pretty sweet because the notches are those Pioneer notches, are like a half inch, I think. And so like if you check it out, like I think where I put it on was around here, and then I can't even like get the thing to, wow. Yeah, it is stiff. I'm hoping it, I don't know if it'll help that much, but I told myself for the longest time that I was going to get the maximum thickness type belt that you can get for USAPL, because why not? I mean, Next thing I need to get is I really want to get Mark Bell's X sleeves, because those are IPF approved, USAPL approved, and I've heard those are stiffer than hell, which is going to be awesome. And after that, I want to get a new pair of wrist wraps, because my wrist wraps are also over a decade old. So all this stuff is from like literally after high school when I was first started lifting, and I bought all this stuff because I was doing 531 and haven't changed it out since. So pretty excited for that belt. I don't like first thoughts on it would be I think I'm going to love it squatting and hate it deadlifting. I just feel like I want a flimsier belt deadlifting, but that's just I think what the internet people say. And so I'm going to try it out deadlifting tomorrow actually and see if I like it or not. I might not like it till I get it worked in, but we'll see. Okay, I have rambled a lot this session, especially about my shoulder. It's kind of hurts right now, to be honest. It's just sore, tender. It's really tender. Like if I put a ball on it like every night for the last, I don't know, however long, and just been rolling it out, it is super tender. Compared to this shoulder is like no pain. This shoulder, it was like tender to the touch over the weekend in Minneapolis. It was not feeling good. So, yeah, man. Hope you're doing well. I'm sorry for the long video, but I look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you.